Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and today's review is going to be on Studio Series 86 Cup, or in this case the Buzzworthy Bumblebee version. So he's got a more movie accurate color scheme. Now taking a look at the packaging, well, let's just take a look at the standard Studio Series packaging, in this case Jazz. And you can definitely see some differences here. I mean, if I just raise my camera, we'll pick it up actually. For the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series figures, we've got a picture of Bumblebee here because, well, this total is supposed to be about him, even though this is actually Cap. Got some other characters here, so we got RC, which is pretty much just a Kingdom artwork. Got Mirage here, pretty random character to include, but okay. And we've got Cyberverse Optimus Prime. Okay then. And I guess they just chose some characters that are usually acquainted with Bumblebee. But I have no idea why Mirage is on the packaging. We've got 8602 and BB for Bumblebee. Got Cup here. This side we've got, well, artwork of Cup. Pretty much the same as the standard release, only, well, it's more yellow. The back of the box, we've got them in both modes. Big screen inspired. The Battle of Autobot City, which, well, that's the backdrop he comes with, instead of that big squid. I might get the original release, just so I've got the squid backdrop as well. I don't know. We got a description, which pretty much talks about the scene where he just runs over Kickback. And plus, with Legacy Kickback, you can now recreate that scene. So yeah, top of the box, not much, just an old one here. Well, the bottom of the box, not really much to say, so that's pretty much it for the box. Well, actually that's not it for the box. This is a Studio Series figure after all, so we have the backdrop. And this one, of course, is Autobot City getting attacked, which is actually one of, well, the Battle of Autobot City is one of my favorite scenes from the movie. So, this is pretty cool. And, well, seeing how this was one of the figures where it doesn't come with a plastic clamshell, and instead, well, you have to just cut it out from the cardboard, it comes with this as well, which is pretty much a fake backdrop, just so it doesn't, well, it's hard to explain, but with the Studio Series figures that came with, like, the clamshell packaging, you can see the backdrop there. I'm not really showing it that well, but you can sort of see with Jazz's packaging. So they're just replicating that here, even though they've got rid of the plastic that contains the figure. So I'm just glad that they've contained that, even if it does add an extra piece, unfortunately. Oh well. So yeah, got this nice backdrop here. Usually I don't display them with the backdrops because, you know, I don't have the space for it. But this is still really cool. And now looking at the actual figure. Well, of course, Cup transforms into a pickup truck, hence his name. Although I'm not really sure if this is meant to be Cybertronian or, well, futuristic for, well, the time at least. Because, remember, even though this is meant to be, like, from 2005, as per the movie's logic, as we know, pickup trucks don't really look like this nowadays. not kind of Cybertruck. Yeah, I'm just basing this off a discussion I saw on like a post I remember seeing, but let's just not go on a tangent. Let's just have a look at the figure. Well, this is a much more accurate deco than the original figure, because with the original figure, the windshield was a transparent plastic, whereas this is just opaque. The roof was a different color. This was a much lighter color. The wheels were darker. And that's pretty much it. And I'm pretty sure this was like a movie vessel of 160, like live action movies instead of a G1 Auto 160. So yeah, that's why I got this version instead of the original. But as I said, I might get the original just for the squid backdrop. Yes, my collecting habits have degraded that much. We're having a full-on 360. Yeah, this is pretty nice. The underneath, you just see his limbs there, which is hilarious. See that his wheels are on pegs, so if you want to replicate that short that has repulsive, where it's like Blair's fixing copy keeps falling apart, then you can. Because in that short, one of Cop's wheels did fall off. Yeah. So for accessories, we do get this gun. Pretty cool. Whether or not it's blast effect compatible though is just getting my bag of blast effects to test this out. Well, you can just place one on, but it's a bit loose. So you can sort of stick one on, but it's a bit loose. I mean, it is fair. This is Studio Series, not the War for Cybertron trilogy, so it is understandable. But well, you could just put that gun there. And we also have this. The container of the Energon goodies that he feeds to the Alicons. Unfortunately, the actual goodies is a green, not purple, so maybe this is a different flavor. But this can just go on the side as well. So if he wants to be like an ice cream truck with Energon goodies, then he can. Even if it's out in the open, so that's probably going to be quite dirty with all of the dirt that it could pick up. Well, I don't know. I'm overthinking things as I always do. Well, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. So for comparison, here he is with G1 Cup, and you can definitely see the color difference, because the G1 figure's got more of a teal color, whereas this is more of a darker shade of well, turquoise. I guess if you want, if you want like a Cup to more line up with the G1 color scheme, then you could go for the original, although it's still a darker shade of teal. Plus, this is movie accurate, so I like how they well, the weapons sort of covered that, but I like how they retain the ultimate insignias on the sides of the truck there. That is a real nice attention to detail. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the comparison, and if you just bear with me as I quickly pause to get this guy transformed for the comparison later on. Alright, there we go. Just realigning my tables just a bit off center. There we go. So, to get this guy transformed, well, of course, we're going to remove the accessories. And, well, to get this guy transformed, what we're going to do is unpeg the arms here. There we go. Split that and just get these out. Get these bits down. And move this panel down. Like so. Get the feet out. Get the shoulders out. Like so. Open this section up. Flip all this around. Open this, and that just lets you realign all this so it's more straight. Like so. Take the wheels and push them in, sort of similar to Siege Mirage. Just take the shoulders and just slide them up. Like so. Push that in. Push the panel of the head in, and I like to try and get these notches into here, although it's a bit difficult. It's best to do it when you're close to the figure so you can see what you're doing. There we go. Just get that plugged in. For some reason on my copy it doesn't plug in. I don't know if that's a widespread issue or if that's just an issue with my copy. I haven't had anyone else complain about this, so I'm assuming it's just my copy. Finally, just rotate the head. Oh, forgot to do that. There we go. And here we have Cup in his robot modes. And yeah, this is definitely quite a accurate robot mode, especially with this release, because, well, with the original with the transparent plastic here, yeah, it was a bit weird, although that's just my opinion. But we're having a 360. Yeah, I got some hollow bits here and there, but, well, that's to be expected on a modern release. Looking at the head. Yep, that's definitely an old man head, but one thing that they did fix is this guy did used to have light piping, but the way that it was well, the way that the original figure had it made the eyes just seem dead. So they swapped out the painted eyes on this figure. So yeah, the eyes don't really look dead on this guy now. So even if it does remove the light piping, I still think it's a good fix. Even if it does remove the light piping. Now, giving him his accessories, we can of course just give him the gun here. And the Energon goodie dispenser. I don't know why he'd be holding that along with a gun. I don't know, maybe it's like he's just shooting at the Decepticon and all of a sudden an Autobot's hurt and he just gives them out to heal them, like in a game. I don't know, I'm just being silly. But yeah, well, speaking of getting hurt, if you remember in the movie, there was a scene where that giant squid I was mentioning earlier actually ripped some of Cup's limbs off. Well, no, I did not break the figure. That is intentional. You can actually amputate Cup. This is a thing you can do in this figure. I am not joking. Seriously. This is an actual feature you can do. It's not featured in this figure's instructions, but I'm pretty sure it's on the original instructions, because I'm pretty sure it's so you can, if you have like Studio Series Hot Rod, you can just replicate the scene where he's like fixing companies all, you'll have to peace out! But seeing how you can tie the limbs off, this actually can lead to, well, let's just say it's a cursed image. So if I can just do this. Boom, you're welcome. But yeah, that actually does come at a cost. Like, if you're posing him, it can be quite easy to, like, pull the limbs off sometimes. Like, it's behaving on camera, of course, but trust me, sometimes on camera, well, see, my brain's not working. Like, on camera, it's behaving, but off camera, it can be quite easy to pull the limbs off if you're trying to, like, pose or transform the figure. Especially with the arms. Well, moving on to the comparison, here he is with G1 Cup. And his loose back, so I'm just going to ignore that. Screw it. You can see the color differences there, like the lighter colors on the G1 figure. But you can definitely see that they look kind of similar, like the wheels and the legs there, the hood chests. Yeah, this guy definitely does pay homage to this figure, in my opinion. And well, even though this guy is a Studio Series figure and not a War for Cybertron trilogy figure, he still can technically take blast effects. Or at least in the feet, so we can still do the laser feet. Which is amazing. I guess if you want to have him, like, hold this as, like, some sort of, weapon 2, then go ahead. So yeah. And well, for this guy's articulation, the head's on a ball joint so he can look up, look down sort of, and of course move his head around. The arms can of course move. And of course in T-pose, on this hinge at least, not this hinge, just for the transformation. It's got elbows, and if you're careful, because this is what I'm talking about, this could pop off easily. Bicep rotation. The hands don't rotate, even though they look like they can, so that's weird. Got waist rotation. The legs can go forward, they can go back. Swivel where it pops off at the gimmick. It's got knees. Do the splits. It's got ankles. And if you want to, the feet can also move. So yeah, if you want to just come up with an awesome pose for this guy, then you can. Oh, and I just popped the foot off. And if I just bring out the backdrop, there we go. Well, stretch it out a bit more. There we go. So yeah. And I think I'm just going to end the video like this because this looks really cool. Well, so complaints about this figure. Well, the limbs popping off is cool and does allow for some cursed creations. It does sort of hinder the articulation, as the limbs can pop off a bit too easily sometimes. The transformation can also be a bit fiddly, especially when going into the truck mode. Plus, the feet can pop off a bit too easily sometimes. Well, that's probably just with my copy. But well, other than that, do I recommend this figure? Well, yeah. Like, sure, it's got those flaws, but I still think this is a really good figure. And I actually like this deco more than the original deco. Sure, the original's got that squid backdrop, but I still think that this deco is better because it's more movie accurate, in my opinion. Well, not in my opinion, it is more movie accurate. But yeah, even if you do prefer the original deco, I still think that this one's really cool as well. Well, sorry, I'm not making any sense. Just, it's been it's just really hot right now, okay? Even if you do prefer the original deco, I still recommend picking this one up just to check it out as well. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Before I spot out another bit of nonsense, because it's really hot, my brain's getting confused, let's end it here. Well, this has been my review on Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series Cup, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.